Welcome to Beyond Success, where we uncover the deep truths of becoming the greatest. I'm here today with Jayvia.
Yes,
Jayvia,
Yeah,
how
how
are
are
you?
you?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm good. I'm doing good. Um, who are you? Like, what are you doing?
Okay, so today is Saturday, and I'm just chilling. I'm currently in school. I'm in school for psychology, and then I'm also doing forex trading on the side. Hoping that one day it's actually something I do long term, maybe as a career professionally. But and I'm currently married. I've been married for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in July, and I'm 24. Just 24, trying to figure life out.
Nice. So, what brought you into what you are doing right now, like psychology? You study psychology, or trading? What brought you into that? Why are you interested?
So for psychology, I'm a believer in Christ. And so I believe everyone has a purpose and a calling, a gift. And I was really seeking the Lord about my future. And I wanted to do something that I was passionate about and gifted about. And originally I was in school for biology, but after failing a few classes, I was like, I need to rethink what I'm doing. And so I just really felt led to look more into counseling and stuff like that. And once I kind of reflected on my life, up until my college years, I realized that I've always been passionate about counseling and helping people and mindsets and stuff like that. So that's pretty much how I became a psychology major. And I should be graduating this next semester, fall, if not the spring of 2023. And with forex trading, I was introduced to forex trading by IML back in 2017 when they first kind of started being popular. And I had a group of peers that kind of recruited me into like a little group and stuff like that. But what I quickly found was that it wasn't what I wanted. And they were so focused on the recruiting part, not really learning how to trade. And so, um, and also the group that I was a part of, it was almost like they became an cult eventually. So it wasn't until I saw this group just become a cult like and pressure me to recruiting other people that I was like, I think I'm gonna put this down because I told them I really want to learn how to trade. I really don't really care for the recruiting thing. And they got mad at me about even saying that. So I ended up leaving that group and kind of pursuing my own path for trading. So I got on YouTube, looked at other YouTubers, and pretty much taught myself how the lingo and everything else. So 2017, I was introduced to it, but it wasn't until, and I was kind of doing it on and off, but that was also my sophomore year of college. So I wasn't really heavily devoted to it then because I was just starting school. But it wasn't until 2019 I started looking more into it. In 2020, before COVID, I was heavily into it. So um, I think I've been live trading for a year now, and it's been a roller coaster. I'm not going to come up here and say I've had been consistently profitable, but I can definitely say it's gotten better. But I think I'm focused more so on this building this strategy. So yeah, I'm part of what Swaggy sees mentorship, and I joined the mentorship mainly for community. Like stuff like this I think is really cool. But other than that, I kind of just been teaching myself different things. Oh, and my last thing I'll say before you ask me another question, I love ICT concepts, like smart money concepts. Love it. So that's I like the way Swaggy C trades, but I have to say I'm surrendered under ICT concepts. Like that's like my favorite.
I have to say the same. Like when I first saw like Swaggy strategy, kind of was the first one I really learned, and I backtested it. But then I don't know. I think I saw it on Instagram. I saw like the smart money concept with like liquidity taken and shit, and it was like the clean way the charts are laid out and it's explained. I love it, and I even consider maybe switching the strategy to that. I'm still not sure.
Yeah, so initially when I started doing Forex, I was like into indicators. I think my favorite ones in the beginning were the moving averages. And then I did like Bollinger Bands and stuff like that. And although I did like kind of have some profitable days, I do, it's like now that my eyes have been opened up to the smart money concepts, now I don't even want anything on my charts. So I can definitely say it's a mindset shift, but if you try it and you stick with it, you'll get used to like not having stuff on your charts. And honestly, it kind of overwhelms me when I have too much on my chart now. Like now I really do be wanting a blank chart.
So is there like a connection between your forex trading and your and you studying psychology? Like, do you sometimes implement things?
That's actually a good question. So, um, I look at Forex as almost like a mirror of yourself, right? So whatever problems you're dealing with your psyche and, in your life and stuff, it does reflect it with trading. And so what has opened my eyes up to is really myself and my bad habits. So the things that I may apply in real life as far as my marriage or at school when it comes to habits and mindsets and, thinking patterns, I guess you would say, are highly reflected in your trading. So what it's challenged me to do is, really work on myself, and the things that I'm learning in school has to do with behavior, has to do with habits and mindset and all these different things. It's really opened my eyes on not only, what all areas that it does affect me in, but also too, like just in general, if you want to be successful, you have to deal with yourself. And I feel like Forex really, like in those markets, you really see yourself for who you really are, and your mindset for what it really is. So, yeah.
That's interesting. I never thought of it like as a mirror, but it does kind of make sense because like if you have poor patience or poor risk management, like if you don't know how to handle a risk, you will not come very far in trading.
That is true.
So you have been trading forex for how long?
So, with a live account officially, like a year. I started in January 2021. So it's been a year and a few months. Yeah, I'll just count live trading. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And before that, you was on IML, or was it still in this 1 year?
I was only in IML for maybe roughly like 3 months, and that would be back in 2017. But as far as me trading and applying concepts, I started doing that in 2019 with demo trading and like studying. But then 2021, officially opening up a trading account.
And you said it was like a cult. Like, I don't want to really bash on them, but
yes,
I never
definitely
really
heard some of them.
Yes, a cult-like experience. Like, at least with my own experience, when we all got together, it started off as, okay, we're going to learn from IML how to trade, but the underlying motive was to recruit people for the residual income. And when I told them I didn't want to do that, they got mad at me and they started switching up on me. And I was like, okay, I'm leaving. There's no way it should be this deep.
This recruiting stuff sounds like a pyramid scheme, to be honest. It sounds like...
Yes.
So it is.
I agree. Yeah, I believe it is a pyramid scheme because my dad, before I even got into it, my dad had already called it out. He said, no, it sounds like a pyramid scheme. And sure enough, that's exactly what it played out to be.
Yeah. But did you get scammed there, or could you exit it without?
I think this is before it got like huge. It was just starting to emerge. So I still had like I think I ended up getting a refund from them. Once I left, I think I got a refund. And then you know, I never looked back since. So I'm not sure what it's evolved into today. But yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good because I've spoken to one or two people who also were in IML, and to be honest, I never heard anybody say something good about them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know them personally, I can't judge it, but from what I've heard, bro, that was not good. That was never good. And that's also like Forex has a bad reputation because of like academies or schemes like that. People just trying to scam you, even though there is still a chance to make money, even though it's not like 50% or 90%. It's like, I think what was it, 10% of people are profitable, and 10% break even, and 80% are not profitable. But you still have to keep in mind that most of the 80% are not people who are very disciplined, who have studied it for years, but just people who like throw in their money like exactly how you would at a casino, just like based on luck. And I mean, if you wanna play on luck in trading, you also don't really come far. You're gonna lose your money sooner or later. So, and I think I first got into stocks back in, what was it, 2019, I think, or 20. And I learned about stocks, like watched a couple of videos on that. And then I wanted to learn about trading stocks. I traded stocks for a bit on a demo. And then I deposited 100 euros into my stock account and tried to trade it. I lost like 6 cents in my first day. So, because I had like a weird strategy. And so I was like, how can I trade stocks? And I still traded stocks, made a couple of euros in profit. And then I kind of just took that money, invested it into my favorite stocks, and focused more on Forex trading. Because, I mean, if you are invested in stocks, I also got some videos about Forex trading, because it's kind of like related on YouTube, and so I watched that, and I figured it would be better if I traded that, so I got in there. And this, how I got into Forex, how I got into stocks was, I think through my dad. My dad always told me like I should invest my money, but he never explained really how or when or where. And so I just Googled like how to make money online, and when I was 13, I started my first business. It was like a Shopify store, and I read some books on making money, and then there were stocks, and I just got into that rabbit hole. So that was cool. How consistent are you right now with your trading?
Right now, so I just connected my trading account with my FX book, because I want a more accurate depiction of like my consistency. And I have to say, I think my win to loss ratio, I think it's my loss rate has to be like 70, win rate 30. So as of right now, more losses than wins for sure. I think when I initially started trading, it was kind of like, okay, I can hurry get this done or hurry figure this out, and then boom, be profitable. But, you know, and I love stuff like this because, I don't know, like my mind loves strategies and stuff like that. But it wasn't until I kind of sat down to really learn and be dedicated to one particular area, like smart money concepts, that I started to see some profit, but I'm not consistently profitable. I think I'm still trying to define make it my own right now.
And what are your plans? Like, if you're on a life right now, right? And if that win to loss ratio is not 70-30 but 30-70, right? If you're very profitable, are you planning on doing something like getting funded, or are you just gonna trade with your money?
I definitely want to get funded by FTMO, and mainly because I've taken their challenge at least twice. One challenge I ended up getting like an extension from, because I ended in profit but I didn't meet the profit margins. So I got an extension, but figured out that I really didn't have a consistent strategy. So I ended up losing that one. And I tried again with a smaller profit or margin or level to reach. Instead of doing like the full 100,000 account, I did like a 10,000 account. And still, the same thing happened. I got an extension because I was in profit, but I could not fulfill the criteria after I got the extension. So I lost that account as well. And I think what that taught me was that, you know, even though I feel like I know, I don't know as much as I thought I did, you know? So my goal is to eventually get funded, but I kind of slowed down my pace because I do realize that I understand a lot more than I did, you know, about 2 years ago or a year ago. But having that like strategy and those set rules to like trade by is so important. Like seriously, because you want to just do that over and over again, nothing else. And I feel like I'm still being tempted or swayed by other things instead of sticking to my own rules. So I think right now I'm actually trying to work on my discipline and risk management.
When you were starting out, did you have beginner's luck, or did you really like fail at trading when you were starting out and like thought of quitting?
I think probably beginner's luck, but also I kind of knew what I was doing. But I think my weak point was the risk management portion. Like when I first did the FTMO account, like I was practicing risk management, but I really didn't care too much about it. So like I was risking a lot more than I really should have. And I just ended up, being in profit at the end of the 14 days that they give you, or 30 days, I can't remember. But so like I was able to apply what I knew and see what I really knew. But my weak point was risk management, because I think after the extension, I failed it because of like over leveraging and stuff like that. And I guess a part of me too still didn't treat it like a business. Like I think one thing I learned from ICT was that he talks about it like look at this as your job, you know, take it seriously. And although I wanted to be funded, I really still looked at it as, trade here, trade there. It was almost like a game to me, not really, this could really be my career type of stuff. So another thing with going into these, you know, firms or these, prop firms, is like, you got to look at it as a business, like a means of income. And I'm still struggling with that connection, because like, I know it's possible, but that just shows that the psychology is very important.
Did you look at Forex like as a side thing that you were doing, or were you like mainly focused and really had doubts on your strategy and whether you should do it or not?
So initially I did treat it like a side thing, but now that I've been doing it for or learning it for over, I think it's been 2, almost 3 years now, I'm taking it more seriously. And I think that comes with maturity with trading too. Like getting past the fast money part. And like once people, I guess 2 types of people in here in this game: fast money people and people who are really dedicated to it. And a lot of people don't make it past the fast money part. They think it's fast money, then they fail, and then they go on something different. So once you get past that part, I think those who really want to take it seriously start to take it seriously, and that's kind of where I am. I think I'm past that fast money part, just having it as a hobby. I think I've graduated into possibly having this as a career and doing this long term.
You're, like you said in the beginning, you're looking forward to make this your main source of income.
Yes. Are you consistently profitable, or do you feel like you found a strategy?
So it's pretty complicated, because in summer and fall of last year, I was really profitable. I made really good profits with trading, but only on a demo. And then I figured, okay, I'm gonna test the strategy over and over on a demo, and if I can pass a funding challenge 3 times, then I'm gonna take on the real challenge. And I passed my own challenge, kind of. I passed it. And then I took on the real challenge. It was with funding talent, and I did it 2 times because I was at first like I got the free retry, and the reason I didn't get it on the first try was because I always thought I need to have a trade with a risk reward ratio of like 5 or something so I can pass the challenge with 1 trade. And that was like really stupid. And then before I got into the challenge the 3rd time for the free retry, I thought, bro, this is dumb. And so I just took every trade I could have traded. And I passed the challenge in like 9 days. I got funded with $25,000 in August 17th, yeah. I got funded with $25,000 and I traded that account. It was going really good. I made some profits off of it. But then the company, my prop firm, changed their program, so you couldn't trade with 25K and get 80% of your profits, but you trade with that money and you have to make a minimum amount of money in each month, and then you can only like get paid out maybe 20%. And they made this rap change without any warning. They just said, yeah, it's like that. And so I was like, okay. And then I thought about switching to FTMO, making some money on funding talent, right? And then taking that money to take on the challenge at FTMO. Before I could even do that, the prop firm just closed. I couldn't take it anymore. So the 25K was gone, but I had some profits and I did get a refund for my challenge. So that was good, and I invested those profits into this academy to also connect with other people. And pretty much the day I invested in this academy, I always join my trades with an app, right? And the time period where I was funded, like this chart, my equity chart, it was really high. But almost like the day or the week where I bought this strategy, I got into a big drawdown. And right now, almost all of my profits that I made in summer and fall are just erased.
Wow.
And so I'm like in the biggest draw period I made like this week,
I had a loss of like 8.5%.
Wow.
And I don't know what's going on, because always when I backtest, it always works. I even got funded with it. It worked live trading, it worked on demo trading back then, but right now I'm demo trading and it's not working at all. Even though when I backtest, it does work. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if it's my psychology. I maybe enter too late or exit too early, or maybe I'm too aggressive. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
I think that's really cool what you shared. It's really interesting. And I think my last question for you is, what are you doing that to strengthen your psychology, or like, or matter of fact, yeah, what are you doing to strengthen your psychology? But also, who would you consider your mentor? You can answer either one, but who would you consider your mentor?
Okay, so for the first question, my psychology, I talked about this in the last episode with another guy. He told me, and I really agree, that going to the gym is a very important part. Not only for trading, but like for your whole life. And going to the gym makes you really disciplined, because most of the times I'm like really tired, and I still push myself to just start, because when I started, like, it's getting pretty easy. I'm like, it's not hard to, like, well, it is hard, but I'm not as tired anymore. And so that really trains my discipline, and having a great being healthy is also very important for your mindset. So that is very important for my psychology. And my mentor, I don't know who I would call my mentor, because I mean, I invested in this course, but so I learned a lot from Swaggy. But I wouldn't say I am being mentored by someone, because I always like take inputs from many people, and there was never this one guy who told me do this, and this, and who was always with me on that path. maybe it will come, but I don't know. Like this podcast, Elliot Bisnow told me to start this podcast. Like he also made this book. I want to make a quick shout out. He wrote this book. So yeah, he told me to start this podcast. Swaggy encouraged me to trade this way, and like some books, like Robert Kiyosaki, taught me how to invest in assets rather than liabilities and something. So I always take inputs from many different people. Do you think you're being mentored by one person, or what's your mindset on that?
I think I have the same mindset as you, like taking the information from several people. I have to say my favorite is ICT, definitely, because when I stumbled upon him, it just gave me a whole different outlook. So if I were to have one mentor, at least in this season of my life, I would definitely say ICT. But I've taken advice from Swaggy, this guy who does Transparent FX. I think it was like my main three. I don't really have anybody else. Yeah.
Do you want to share your social media, your IG? Do you want to say something to the end?
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't really post Forex stuff on Instagram, mainly because I'm giving myself time to learn and, develop. But if y'all are interested in my little life, my married life, I guess, my Instagram is Naptruly, NAPTRULY. My Facebook is Jayvia Stewart, my full government name as of right now. And TikTok is also Naptruly, NAPTRULY. And like I said, I'm a believer in Christ. So a lot of times you kind of see me giving a word of encouragement and just pictures of my husband and stuff like that. So if you're interested, cool. One day I'll post Forex stuff, but that'll be when I'm comfortable enough to do so. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jayvia, for your advice, for sharing your thoughts. And thank you all for listening and watching this episode. Thank you. Bye.